To something. Live.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Potomac Curling Club in beautiful but rainy Laurel, Maryland. We are here for the 2024 Cherry Blossom Bonspiel, draw number 11. Alongside Beau Duray, I am Steve Kaltenbaugh. Ken Clark also joining us a little bit. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got 4 full sheets of great action. We're going to be focusing on Sheet B here, though. Sheet B, our featured match, is the Booze Kazoos, coming all the way from the Kalamazoo Curling Club. They're going to be taking on Total Eclipse of the Button from Triangle Curling Club down in North Carolina. The Booze Kazoos have the Hammer, and they are playing the Yellowstones. Triangle playing the Red Rocks. And you can see the Octobox there. We're going to be following all 4 of our games. Over on Sheet A is Team Dutt. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Dutt out of Philadelphia playing the Loudon Blossoms out of Virginia. Sheet B, our featured matchup we talked about. Sheet C, the Chud Muffins playing Yellow out of Bucks County, playing Kuma Inu Tora from Houston. And then over on Sheet D, we've got Team Double Tap, who is out of Pittsburgh, playing Team Grabowski, who is out of Plainfield, New Jersey. All right.
If you see anyone you recognize on Sheet D, please let us know, because I have no idea who that's the least identified. Those are the least identified teams I've ever seen. There are no markings whatsoever to suggest who they might be.
Which team is which?
Right.
Oh. Well, I think the Skip is I was going to say the Skip is wearing a Phillies hat, but they're both from the Philly area. So
the colors were predetermined, so that should be correct, but sometimes they grab the wrong color.
Okay. Yeah, one of them, I had to swap one.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Because, the Houston team, Kuma Inu Tora, is playing red.
Definitely red, yes.
Yeah. That one I know, because they have the very flashy black and orange.
The Tequila Sunrise jacket.
Yeah. Loudon Blossoms I know are in yellow on A. I don't know who's Hammer over there.
I can't see at the moment.
I don't think they put it up on the scoreboard.
No.
They didn't put it on the scoreboard on C. They didn't put it on the scoreboard on D. Okay.
And then you can see Triangle on our feature sheet has the orange and blue jackets.
And hello to our 1 viewer so far. Wow, in the last field we had people waiting.
Wow.
This is...
Well, it is lunchtime.
Yeah, it is lunchtime, and also this unusually, I think this is one of the few times I've ever webcast, and I've done a lot of these, where there are, to my knowledge, no Potomac players on the ice.
Yeah, honestly amazing.
Yeah.
And it speaks really to the quality of teams that come down to the Cherry Blossom. I mean, we've got not just from the Northeast, but teams from Houston, teams from North Carolina, teams from Michigan. It's fantastic to see all of this great representation.
We do have the Loudon team on Sheet A. They are our neighbors.
Yep.
In fact, they're probably slightly closer to where I live than this is.
Actually, yeah, same for me.
Yeah. They play on arena ice at a facility in Loudoun County, home of many of the world's internet data centers, and a very expensive freeway.
Very much so.
Yeah. I believe Ken has identified who's on D.
Yep, we're good on sheet D.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Ken.
And they've also told us who has the hammer, which is nice. We still don't have that on A or C. On C, we could probably count the rods and figure it out. On C, it appears yellow has the hammer because they are just now getting to the first of the vice rods, and that's going to be thrown by Houston in red.
Yep.
So So we have it on every sheet except A. All right.
All right, so focusing in on sheet B now, you see the Booze Kazoos looking to draw into the center of the house, hoping to get a little bit behind those guards. And it looks like they're maybe half covered. Still definitely a window to sit on them, though.
Yeah.
As a reminder, Total Eclipse, red team, does not have the hammer, so they're looking to probably freeze right on top of that and cut down the scoring area.
That delivery is underway.
This looks like it might be a little heavy. Yeah, it looks like that's just going to skate right through the house.
You can tell from the skip gave up the universal symbol for no, please don't.
All right, so now the Booze Kazoos looking to guard up a little bit, maybe put it full top 12. Let's see, I believe that is Joe Gillis, the vice for the Booze Kazoos, with Dan O'Neill calling line. And the line looks pretty good. Might curl a little bit more than they'd like, but I think this is going to be a pretty solid shot. Oh, no, it did overcurl a bit.
Oh, boy. It just kept going, didn't it?
Yeah. I think we've seen that over the course of certainly the two draws that I've been here, it's curling a lot more than these teams kind of expected.
Well, we've changed a lot about our ice prep in the past year, and the ice has been a bit speedier and swingier, depending on how things have been going.
Yeah, which has been nice, honestly.
Now, granted, in the past week, we've had record highs and record lows, so many variables in play.
Yeah, tacking the rain that's been going on for the past few hours, and really we're all guessing here. It's a lot easier for us behind the mic, but yeah, kudos to all of the teams who are trying this stuff on the fly. So that redstone now completely open. It is still shot rock, but Joe looking to just once again draw down on top of it.
The last of his rocks.
And I think this is a little bit better when it comes to weight. And it's definitely moving. It looks like they might just push this back a little.
Yeah.
Yep. Pushing it back, rolling half behind cover. That's a very nice shot from Joe Gillish.
Yeah, that extra swinginess got it to the inside, so it got a little bit of a favorable roll.
Yeah, so now Total Eclipse and the skip Ken Kato looking to take his first stone. That is vice Andrew Pearson holding the broom. And it looks like he's going to try to follow that down and probably just push it out a little bit, not a full takeout. It's going to be tough to judge that weight, I think. But really, as long as they're past the guards, I think they're going to be okay.
Just what you want as a skip, a finesse shot with your first shot.
Yep.
On ice that you may not be used to.
Welcome to the game.
Yep.
Looks like he might have been a touch inside. They're sweeping furiously, but I think they're going to hold it. And around the guards. Oh, that's a great shot right there. Avoiding the jam as well. Getting a slight inside roll. Very nice shot from Ken. All right, Dan O'Neill now, the skip for the Booze Kazoos. Looks like Wales Christian is going to be getting ready to sweep. Yeah, it's Jess O'Neill and Wales Christian, the lead and second for the Booze Kazoos. Going to be your sweepers on this shot. Asking for a little less ice here. Looks like it's going to be just kind of a replay of the same shot. Again, a soft weight hit. Line looks pretty good right now. We'll need to curl a fair bit. Here it comes.
Going now.
And jamming.
Yep.
Not only jamming, but rolling out into the open. So yellow's sitting 1, but red has, was it 3, maybe even 4 stones in the house? Yeah, it looks like that's a biter up top.
Yeah.
So even though yellow has hammer, red has the opportunity to put a lot of pressure on. If Ken can just nicely push this yellow out and stick around, it'll be a really pressure draw only for 1, which when it's the first end, you don't have the hammer. This is exactly what you want as a skip. You want to force your opponent's skip to make a pressure draw.
But drawing against 5 is fun.
Is it, Bo?
Speaking of pressure on this is hammer on sheet C. If you want to go to the house view on sheet C, we'll just watch drawing against or hitting against 3. I think it is.
Oof, that is tough. All right, as we watch that second to last stone come down, it looks like it hit on the inside and only just pushed the yellow closer to the button.
Oh, sheet C misses everything and leaves 3 red.
Unlucky. All right, so the Booze Kazoos now will have a fairly open draw for 2, just looking to get full 8 here.
It's much better than drawing against 5 to score 1.
Very much, very much. Yeah, the pressure draw against 5 is probably the second worst shot as a skip for the hammer. The worst, of course, being the crazy circus shot. Although, again, way more fun.
I had to tap against 7 once.
Ooh. And coming down, has the backing, and that will settle in nicely for second shot. So that's going to be 2 for the Booze Kazoos playing the Yellow Rocks. They lead after the first end 2-0.
That'll be hammer coming up on. Oh no! It'll be next on D. It'll be hammer after this yellow rock comes to rest, and then on A, it's got 2 rocks left to go.
Yep. Over on sheet A, you see red currently sitting 2. That is Team Dutt, and they've got their final stone coming up, looking to tap out that 1 yellow stone and lie 5. We talked about the pressure draw for 5. That's what they're looking to do with the Loudon Blossoms.
On D, this appears to be the hammer for double tap from Pittsburgh.
Bit unlucky there as Team Dutt hits their own and rolls out. So Team Dutt now sitting 1. The Loudon Blossoms have hammer, trying to figure out what is their best move, and I think it's going to be to go after that red shot rock and sit down to lie 2. Pick up the first end deuce.
So, yeah.
There's the hammer draw also missing everything on
D.
sheet D.
Missed everything, yeah. So that's going to be 1 red?
Yep.
Yeah, well, we talked about, these teams are not local. They don't play on Potomac ice, and they're not used to kind of the speed and the swinginess. So it's also the first end. Traditionally, first end ice might be a little slower as the pebble hasn't broken down yet. But we've been working really hard with our ice prep, and
yeah. Speaking of which, both B and C right now both had to glide through the house rocks.
Oof.
So.
All right, this is the skip for the Loudon Blossoms. Dana Miller looking to hit and stick for 2.
Shots on the way. Past the guard.
Oh, just clears the guard.
That's a very nice shot.
Dana.
Wow.
That is 2 points for the Loudon Blossoms. They now lead Team Dutt 2-0 after the first end.
Right. All scores are current. I will leave them up as I go to another view.
All right.
And another glide through draw over here on sheet C.
On C, a pretty nice setup initially for double tap, which apparently scored 3 rather than 1. I think I'll change that.
Wow.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, looking wrong.
Oh, yeah, that was
Yeah.
Kuma
Right.
that got the 3.
That's correct. Okay.
All right, we've got a couple draws in the house over on our featured sheet, sheet B.
I think that you need to turn off all the scores. I think that's causing confusion.
Oh, yeah.
That's just the scores.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so now total eclipse of the button. Or excuse me, the Booze Kazoos, Dan O'Neill, looking to guard up that first yellow shot, and might be over curling a touch. Yep, they're just going to go ahead and bring it in.
Yep. Might as well.
Yeah, I mean that is still a perfectly fine shot. Ken saying, no, it's not actually a perfectly fine shot. Let's get rid of it.
Over on sheet C, finally found draw weight there. Sort of half guarded.
They certainly found guard weight.
Yeah,
So-
I'll tell you what, that is a very nice line of red.
It really is.
So even if they haven't necessarily found weight, they've definitely found line. A nice hit there on sheet B. Hitting and just spilling a little bit closer to the center line. Red now definitely sitting 1. I believe it's just the 1 though.
I think so.
So now Dan looking to most likely just pop that through to the outside and spill out.
Giving you a quick view of the house on C, where just had corner freeze, played very well for Chud Muffins.
Yeah, they really had to sweep it, get past, just barely cleared the guards. Worked out well.
Yeah.
So now both teams have found draw weight.
Ooh, this curled a little too
boy.
much for Kalamazoo's liking. Only just knocked shot over and actually covered up that yellow a little bit more, but spilled out. So now Ken's got to start really thinking what's the best strategy. And if it were me, I'd probably try a run back, but he instead elects to go for the guard. He is smarter than me, so it's probably a wise move.
Over on sheet C, there was a nice, another nice heavy draw on the other side to replace that yellow with the red.
That's a nice line of red on sheet C.
All right, over on sheet B, weight's looking pretty good. It's moving quite a bit. Let's see if they can hold that line that they were looking for.
Ooh, that suddenly lost handle.
Yeah,
and
that was
drifted back the other direction.
very strange. It's still a very useful shot, though. Rolling nearly parallel, but Dan now is saying, okay, there's definitely a double there. There might even be a triple if they hit it thin enough. Telling his vice, Joe Gillish, come at this with some speed. And, yep.
Oh, so fast I couldn't keep up with him with the camera.
I think he's just going to get the 1, though. He's curling quite a bit for an upweight shot.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, he's still got to be fairly happy with that. The shot rock is wide open. They're now sitting second and third, it looks like. It's close, but now Ken just looking to get rid of that red as well. It's interesting. I feel like the hits are moving quite a bit, more so than usual. I say that as this hit tends to run a lot straighter than before. Pushing out the yellow and a red, also pushing one of the other reds all the way out to the wings.
Some unfortunate unintended results there.
Yeah, red's still sitting shot there. Over on sheet B, you can see that the line of red is still pretty much unbroken.
It's going to stay unbroken with this shot, too.
Yeah, afraid so.
Our natural geographic rivals in Kalamazoo and Triangle. If you're watching from Triangle, I will see you in mid-April.
Oh, that's right. They've got a spiel coming up.
They have a spiel right the week after we close for the season. They have a spiel, and I will be alternating with somebody coming down to give her a break for a game or two.
Very nice. Triangle is definitely on my list of clubs that I have not made it to, and I really, really want to.
Went to school in the area, so I have very much wanted to go there and have not yet been. So I'm
awesome.
looking forward to that. Is he going to get any of this?
Oh, yes, he does.
Yes, okay. A fairly simple house now, and fairly simple, and no guards. So,
yeah, Total Eclipse has kind of lost all of their coverage here. So the Blues Kazoos have an opportunity. Realistically speaking, assuming everyone makes their hits, this should be one, but who the heck knows? Ooh, they've got to sweep this quite a bit. That line is just begging to curl, but I think they're doing a really nice job holding it. Yeah, right on the nose. Very nice job holding that. So it looks like, judging from Jess's sweatshirt, that this is not just a Kalamazoo team, but there's some representation from the Grand Rapids Curling Club as well.
I did see a Grand Rapids sweatshirt in her earlier. Yeah.
So thank you for coming out. We're sorry about the weather. We hope it clears up fairly soon.
Well, the rain is over. It's getting better.
Is it really? Lovely.
Good.
This might be a touch outside. They're going to need this to curl back in. Here it comes. Ooh, this might spill out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to spill out. So now the Blues Kazoos, they have the opportunity. If they can hit that, no matter what they do, they'll be holding Total Eclipse to a maximum of 1. But they definitely would like to get this out. It's always very dangerous throwing this out turn to the wings because it has a tendency to move a ton.
As this one is, it's going out.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Not sure what happened there.
I think that was a problem with ice knowledge. When you're going away from the center line, it will just move so hard.
So now the touch paint for 2 shot.
Weirdly enough, still one of the hardest draws in curling.
It's like the hardest hit is the wide open hit.
Yep. hammer is away on B.
Yeah. They were trying to decide which on sheet C if it was 1 red or 2 red. I'm not sure what they decided, but at least 1 red. At least a steal of 1 on sheet C.
Oof.
All 3 sweepers on it. Oh, that should be in though. That should be
Oh
fine.
yeah, that should be perfectly fine.
Yeah,
Maybe they were just practicing for the draw to the button.
I guess so. So.
Yep, a little bit of defensive sweeping, but that is not going to be a matter. That is 2 points for total eclipse of the button. And moving on to the third end now, we have a 2-2 tie. All right, let's take a look over at sheet A now.
Okay.
Because I see a very interesting house if you're a fan of the red team, Team Dutt. Team Dutt currently sitting 5.
With hammer.
No, they don't have hammer. Maybe they do. Is there another one hiding behind there?
The Loudon scored.
Oh, you're right. So they must have hammer.
Yep, there's a yellow hiding by the scraper.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, over on sheet D, double tap the last red rock that's got a nice draw in. So now Team Grabowski has to draw in and outdraw that for their hammer on sheet D.
Did we get a score on C?
Oh, they haven't hung it yet, so you can go ahead and put 1 red,
Okay.
and I'll let you know if they anything too.
Over on sheet A, this might be a little heavy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that is unlucky. And so now Team Dutt,
Draw for 6.
it's not quite hammer yet.
Okay.
This is first skip stone, but they have the opportunity
That was hammer on sheet D, so the yellow did get the perfect draw. To
Oh,
the bottom.
very nicely done.
Well done to Team Grabowski. They score 1 at that end, tie it up 1-1 with Team Double Tap at the end of 2.
Yeah, covered the pin.
For Team Dutt, Skip Brian Dutt looking to pour it on a little bit.
Should be okay. There's
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
plenty of backing, to say the least.
Well, certainly.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be nice, I think, if they...
Oh, boy.
Oh, it
no.
overcurled. Oh, that's actually Bob Purcell calling line there. He's looks like he's sparing for them.
Oh, no,
Oh, they did hang 1 red on sheet C, so we got it right there.
Okay,
Okay.
great. Booze Kazoos looking to just make sure that stone is out of play in the way back of the house. So I will keep an eye on sheet A because I feel like this is very possibly a game changer shot. This is the final stone for the Loudon Blossoms. Currently drawing against 5.
coming in a bit fast.
Yeah, it's
And-
got to move over.
oh
This.
my goodness.
Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh, that is unlucky. Looks like red's still sitting 5, and it is a fairly open draw for 6
With backing.
with backing. Yes.
Yeah, one of those shots you'd be embarrassed if you missed. If you didn't get that.
I mean, I've definitely been there. So.
Yeah, I've done it too.
All right, shot on A is being lined up right now.
Yep, just going for a clean draw, touching 8 foot for 6.
It's underway.
They're keeping it clean, just making sure that they are getting there. I think they'll need to sweep this a little bit more just to make sure. I think it's going to be great.
It should be fine.
Yep, that's going to slide right into the forefoot, touch the button, and yeah, that looks an awful lot like a 6.
Yep.
So Team Dutt with a massive payday there, taking a 6-2 lead over the Loudon Blossoms. Over on our feature sheet, we head back. The total eclipse of the button, knocking out a Booze Kazoo shot. Yellow does have the hammer in this end. So far, it looks like they're just both teams content to play a hit game this end, trying to keep the sheet as clean as possible.
Some fairly open houses across the country right now.
Yeah, well, it's not entirely surprising, seeing as how teams were struggling with lighter weights earlier. Ooh, just getting a piece of that red, but I think they were looking to get a lot more of it. So red's still sitting 1. And looking to get that other yellow out of play. Probably just hit and stick to lie 2.
Kind of the same story on sheet C, where yellow was trying to hit a red one and just moved it over. So
yeah, that's very, very frustrating when that happens. You're just like, okay, I've got this, I'm going to hit it, and then all of a sudden it just moves a little bit further from your liking.
I think this is going to miss on B.
Oh,
Yeah.
just slides by. They tried to hold it, but unfortunately was just flash. So another opportunity for the Booze Kazoos to knock out that red. Feel like best opportunity would be to just knock it out and either most likely just sit where they are. They don't need to slide to the outside because that risks a jam. They don't need to slide closer to the middle because that risks a double. So really just sit where you're at. Joe Gillish here with his first stone of the end. Sweeper's coming on, looking to hold that line. And looks like they're doing a pretty good job. Oh, little late movement.
Yeah.
It does spill to the outside, and that shooter does spill out.
Yeah.
So yellow just continuing to sit 1.
Fortunately for them, not enough contact on that back one to take it out. So you're still the one in there.
Yes, but an opportunity for total eclipse of the button to get a completely clean sheet. Normally I'd say they may have taken too much ice, but it's all the way at the back of the house, and the way even hits are moving, I think they've called it perfectly.
I think so.
And they sure have.
Yeah.
All right. Joe lining up for his second Vice Stone now. Stone is away. Ooh, that one is moving late. They're going to have to hold that line, and it might be over curling. Oh.
Yeah, I think they might wish they had
jumped on that, yeah.
Yeah, or not swept it and let it sit a bit higher. But I think it still would have been open anyway. So
Yeah, so this is interesting. They could sit on that, they could push it out, but instead they're going to try to cover up their own stone and sit, look like either T or maybe top 4, which is a good move. They do not have hammers, so it's time to cut down the scoring zone.
it's the first of the rots for Total Eclipse.
Yep. That shot is away. Line looking pretty good, but as we've seen, there's a lot of late movement, so...
Well, if they can keep it high enough, it might be
it doesn't
effective,
look
but
like it's going high, though.
I think
That might be catching a
it's
piece of their
drifting.
own.
Yeah, I think it's drifting a bit too much.
It does stick around, though, and I think it actually sticks around for second shot. That fortunate rub off of their own stone.
Yeah.
But now the Boost Kazoos have the opportunity to knock out both of those, most likely losing their yellow in the process, but I'm pretty sure they don't care.
On sheet C, Mike Parker's throwing his last red. Just trying to keep the pressure on Chud Muffins. Setting 2, I think, and trying to get a third one in.
Oh yeah, with that house, you definitely want to sneak around that yellow guard and pump another counter in.
Yeah, I think you're right. They are line 2. But this one will sit down. They'll be line 3. And they are.
Yep.
They are line 3, but that is fairly open.
Yeah, but it's a good way to be. If you don't have hammer and you're up by 4, they're happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boost Kazoos throwing some weight at this for what we think is probably a double attempt.
And they've got the 1. I don't think they're going to get the 2, though. No, just sitting right on the center line there. So red now coming back, Total Eclipse, with their final shot of the end. And they do have a double fairly easy. Just need to hit this slightly on the outside.
Jordan Chud just threw his hammer rock on sheet C. So
all right, we'll leave that up and see.
Yep.
That's coming. That should be coming into your frame
Right
any second now. Yep, there it is.
Oh
dear.
That looks a little heavy.
Yeah, that's not going to catch it, is it?
Oh dear, that is a steal of 3.
Yes, it is.
All right, so unlucky for the Chud Muffins. Kuma Ino Tora from Houston taking a steal of 3 there. They now have a 7-0 point lead. 7-0 lead. Over on sheet B, our feature sheet, Ken Kato has just his final stone, looking for the double, and I think he's just getting the 1.
Yeah.
Still red sitting 2, though.
There should be a force. I don't really see that there's not.
I mean, mathematically there's a double, but realistically you should probably just take the 1. That is the far
You get the double, but would you shoot or stick?
Right.
In which case it doesn't really matter, so it knows it's just as good.
Yeah. Might as well just take the easier shot. Looks like with that ice, they're looking for a clean hit and stick. Although if this overcurls, it could potentially. I don't want to jinx it.
That shot is on the way.
Oh, sweepers on this immediately, trying to hold that line.
It's good weight, but yeah, not entirely sure about that line.
No, I think they're going to be okay. No, they are spilling out. So that's going to be a steal of 1 for Total Eclipse of the button there. Pretty much an entire end played in the back 12. Over on sheet D, something we haven't really been watching all that much. A nice house shaping up for Team Double Tap. Looks like they're currently sitting 3.
Yeah, there are 2 rocks left to throw, so yellow will be throwing their last rock next.
Yes, red does have hammer that end, so yellow has to figure out some way to get at that shot stone or otherwise cut them down.
Yeah, at least land on it.
It looks like the play is going to be hit on the inside of that red rock just to the left of the shot rock, and then slide in and either tap that red or push it out. Either way, if they're able to make the shot, that's either going to be a very difficult rock to get rid of, or it'll be a good way to force red to 1. But, of course, you have to make the shot.
Yep, well, the rock is in motion, so give it 10 seconds here and you'll see it. Looks a little wide.
Yeah, this might be trouble. Looks like it's going to push that red to the inside, but...
Okay, didn't do any harm.
Past at least.
You know what? It still did okay. Looks like red is sitting 2 now.
Yeah.
And...
there's a draw for 3.
there's definitely a draw for 3. I don't think there's any sort of way to get anything more, but if you're getting 3 points in an end, you're still pretty happy.
There is some danger in that, too.
For sure.
You could definitely bump the yellow over to only take 1. I don't think you're going to completely lose.
Right.
But depends what weight they
Yeah,
throw.
if I was real scared, I might even consider drawing the other side. It's a tougher shot, but it's way safer.
Just tap back your red? Or no,
Not tap back your red,
or
but
draw around it.
Yeah, draw around it.
Yeah, tap back wouldn't get you another point. No need for that. Okay, well, the red rock is in motion on sheet D.
Hammer on D, drawing for 3. Sounds like one of the books I read to the elementary school students yesterday.
They look fairly happy with it. It looks like if they're just able to get...
Well,
no, they're okay.
That works.
Caught just enough.
Yep.
That should be 3.
That's definitely 3.
Definitely 3 red. 3 for double tap there over on sheet D.
Okay.
Well done for them. They lead 4-1 going into the 4th end.
And still got a number of rocks left on sheet A. We'll get back to that later, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, moving back to sheet B, our feature sheet. Moving back to sheet B, our feature sheet, you see a fairly clean sheet. Total Eclipse has 1 on the button. Kazoos looking to just draw down to it, maybe catch a piece of it. They just nick it and get a little bit of a spin. They're sitting back 4 now. So now Ken Kato from Total Eclipse of the button looking to draw in once again. As a reminder, the Kazoos have hammer in this end, playing the yellow rocks. The shot coming into view just about nowish. Oh, lot of late movement on that. Ken working to carve it over even more. Able to push that shot rock in front of the yellow and get another little magic spin there. So red now sitting 2. I believe, yes. And Dan O'Neill, the skip for the Kazoos, looking to get rid of something there. I think he's just looking for a kind of a heavy draw and push that red shot rock out to the wings. That is Wales Christian there, throwing that rock as second for the Kazoos. Trying to hold the line as it tries desperately to curl in. And, oh yeah, just getting a piece, sitting in front of that red, pushing just a little bit to the outside.
I'll leave yellow sitting 1.
Very nice shot there. Good finesse, good touch. But now Total Eclipse has a couple of options here, especially if they want to play the force. And it looks like they're going to try to play the freeze, most likely onto that yellow stone that is Shot Rock. They're trying to hold this line quite hard, kind of predicting that late curl. And yeah, it's curling really nicely for them. Great weight on that.
Great sweep. They needed to keep that sweeping, and they did.
Yes, absolutely.
So that leaves red sitting one now, with yellow second, and red third, and yellow fourth.
Yes, and now I think Dan and the Booze Kazoos are kind of having trouble figuring out how they get multiple points this end. They would very much like to get rid of some of these red stones, but right now, as I'm seeing it, everything is jamming. So unless they throw a ton of weight and sacrifice their own stones, I don't see them getting rid of anything right now. And yeah, it looks like they're just going to go ahead and play a draw. Oh, this is coming in very nicely, just pushing that red out a little bit, sliding over.
Perfect.
Yeah, getting that separation is really key. And it looks like these teams have really started to find their draw weight. Next,
is this the hammer on A? I'm sorry.
Well, let's watch it so I can.
Yes, it is. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess you can go with all house.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, hammer on A is away.
Just
Yellow.
missed the yellow here on sheet B.
Yeah.
Yep. Yellow looking to run their own for possibly 3, but I don't. Oh.
Well,
They almost got the weird stuff, but unfortunately that's going to be a steal of 1 for red for Team Dot. And they are currently leading 7-2 over the Loudon Blossoms. Back to sheet B, or feature sheet. And Joe Gillish for Kalamazoo, the Booze Kazoos, looking to load up, and I'm going to guess this is going to be another kind of heavy draw and best case scenario to push that red in the forefoot out towards the outside and try to...
Looks a lot heavier than that.
It does, yeah. I'm not sure that's what they're hoping for.
Yeah.
It does look like it's slowing up quite a bit, though.
Yeah,
they are
actually,
trying to carve it over.
It is moving.
I'm not sure if it's going to move enough for them, but it is going to settle down.
Yeah, actually that's right where he was putting his drum. So.
Oh, very nice. So yellow with the hammer, sitting 1. Unfortunately, that red stone is really, really difficult to get rid of right now. And Ken Kato from Total Eclipse says, let's make it even harder. It looks like both of these teams, not only have they found guard weight, but they've really started to get an idea of how much swing is in this ice. And they're getting an idea of where they need to put the broom and where they need to throw.
Rock coming into view now.
And it looks like this is a heavy draw, push that yellow out of the way. So now red's sitting 1, but there is definitely a lane there for yellow to knock that red shot rock out. It's about what, a quarter covered, and there's definitely a lot of opportunity to jam it, but there's also an angle where they can kick that red straight through the back of the house and sit at least 3, if not 4.
I made this shot once. The fact that I remember it tells you how rare it is.
The old 45-degree angle hit is what you want here. So you're going to lose your shooter.
Oh yeah, there's no way that the shooter sticks around. Not with the weight you want to throw.
This one's not quite heavy.
No, it doesn't.
Needs to curl a bit more too. And
Taps it, but not enough. Okay, did no harm.
You know, it seems like they're actually pretty happy with that. So
yeah, so there's still how many 4 rocks left to play here.
Yeah, so this could have been more of a setup.
It's definitely making an interesting sort of end here. All kinds of things could happen.
Yeah, if you can hit that yellow in the top 4 and make the red go away, you're really in business.
Yes, definitely.
So, obviously, I think the goal here will be to prevent that. And where the broom is being held, let's take a look.
Yeah, they're all the way over on the edge of the 12-foot. So they are saying we've got a lot of curl. Yeah. Which they're right, so.
You're talking about the last end, all the action being in the back of the house. This end, it's all in the middle of the house, but all the rocks are ending up in the back of the house.
Looks almost like a doubles end.
A little bit, yeah.
Beautiful tap here on sheet C, just to tap a red out from under the guards and leave yellow sitting 2. Like a great end for.
Oh, and that was it.
Oh yeah, that was very nice. Over on sheet B, it looks like it is actually curling a little bit more than they'd like.
It does.
And they are just going to push that out to the side. Now this is interesting. I think there's a world where you hit that shot that was just thrown and it'll ricochet into the shot rock. But instead, they're just going to play the fairly easier run back, which
can only get him 1, I think.
I think so, but it's also not hammer. So
wait, no, I can get him 2.
Yes, it would get them. It would leave them sitting 2. This is the first skip stone though for Dan. So
what's the score on C?
I think it was 1 red. I'm pretty sure.
No, wasn't it 2 yellow?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because they made that really nice tap.
Right, yeah, yellow score. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I got mixed up what I was watching.
Yellow coming in. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Ends up crashing into their own. Now red sitting 1 still, but more importantly, there are much fewer yellow danger stones.
I don't see a way for yellow to score 2 here.
Well,
I mean, it's much less likely, especially since it's red shot now.
Yeah.
If they are able to get this yellow stone in the top 4 out, then yes, I have to agree. That is kind of the unfortunate thing, is you never want to rely on your opponent making a mistake.
Is this hammer on D? No, it's not. Okay. It's the last red rock.
Okay.
Nothing too interesting on D anyway. Red sitting 2. Yellow's got a draw for 3. Draw for 1, I mean.
Okay.
So, interesting enough here, Ken has switched up his plan. Instead of trying to take out that yellow in the top 4, he's instead opting for the draw. Trying to pour another counter in there and maybe shut off a little bit more of the 4-foot.
Yep, if trees on its own would work nicer.
And yeah, you don't have hammer. If you can especially mess up that run back, that will put even more pressure on the Booze Kazoos.
Shot coming into view any second now. There it is.
Got plenty of weight.
Plenty of weight, but it does need to move over quite a bit. This might come over. Yes, very nice touch.
Was that the idea?
Sitting second? Yeah, it is.
I mean, they're definitely sitting second, but
yeah, it's a wide open run back.
Yeah, for one.
For one,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a world where you can slam into all of those reds and get rid of them. I don't think the math is there.
Not even infinite weight?
No.
Brad Gushie would do it.
Infinite
He
weight.
would certainly try.
Yeah.
You could shatter them all with an infinite weight.
Well, yes, that's fair.
But at infinite weight, then it would actually take more time to get here because of the theory of relativity. So it wouldn't actually get here in our lifetime, I think.
I mean, they're still trying the shot, but I'm not sure it's going to get them where they want to go.
No, I think.
No, that is just going to be a steal of 1 for red for total eclipse of the button.
Well, they did they were red was sitting 2s, and then they hit 1 out. So it's better than it was.
Definitely. Over on sheet A, as we come towards the latter half of the 4th end, we see red, Team Dutt sitting 3 against the Loudon Blossoms. And they're looking to pour another one in.
I did not catch the score in 4 on sheet D.
Yeah, well, yellow scored.
Oh,
they're
goes.
hanging it now.
And they're hanging. Nope.
Red scored. Okay.
Oh, so another steal of 1 for
Hold
Team
it.
Double Tap.
Yep, they're 5-1.
Red scored, so why is yellow throwing first?
They're not.
There's
already a red.
Somebody was standing in front of that. I couldn't see it. Okay, now it makes sense.
Let's go all houses as soon as we get into A.
There you go. So, yeah.
Still on Vice Rods, though. Still one way to go. Reminder that we, at 100 minutes, a bell will ring, and that will be the sign to finish the end you are playing and then stop. We started pretty much on time at 1:15, I believe, so we have played 52 minutes of that 100. So everyone's on pretty good pace right now.
Yeah. A little bit of a tough ricochet there for the Loudon Blossoms over on sheet A. Red still sitting 3. And it looks like Team Dutt will prep for most likely another draw into the top 12, top 8, cover up those 2 stones in the 4-foot.
Our feature game, this runs the risk of taking out their own, but
Just slides by.
Yeah. Sheet A, the draw to sit 3 or 4?
I would guess 4 based on the camera angle, but
Yeah.
it's close. It's real close.
Right.
Either way, it's minimum 3, and that's trouble for the Loudon Blossoms.
Blossoms team that plays on arena ice in Loudoun County, although they have been known. In fact, 2 of them were here Saturday morning last week, I believe.
Oh, good.
Yeah, came up and played as guests and had a great time.
And which 2?
That would be the married 2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Always good to see curling growing in Northern Virginia.
Yeah, we could use our own club. I'd still want to come here, of course. But
Of course, yeah. I mean,
but yeah,
we could do both.
there is a vacant Bed Bath & Beyond that's 2 miles from my house.
I know the one you're talking about. Falls Church?
In Tyson's.
Tyson's, yeah.
Yeah. Or just on the fringe of Tyson's. Not a great retail area, but
A pretty good curling area, I
it would
think.
be a perfect curling area because you're not going to stumble upon it. But as a destination, it'll be fine.
I still not so secretly want to take one of the Boston Iceplex
Yep.
rinks
Sure.
up on the roof of Boston Quarter.
Where the Washington Capitals practice.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if the Capitals end up moving to Alexandria and moving all of their stuff, because then that's open ice. More to the point, I live within walking distance of that, and I am very lazy.
When I moved here, I commuted into work from the Boston Metro.
Perfect.
Then at Bailey's Crossroads. Just drove apart to the mall. Well, sheet A, we're on the
Second skipstones, I believe.
yeah. So the last shot for Team Philadelphia.
And looks like they are just looking to pour in yet another, looking to sit either 4 or 5, depending on that measurement of those stones on the left. Potomac's Bob Purcell calling the line.
So we did end up with a Potomac player on the ice in the straw.
Yes, yes.
But just one, I believe.
No, we got Zach right in front of me here.
Oh, we do? Okay.
Yep, so shout outs to the local boys filling in when needed. A very nice draw there, pumping in another counter for red, and it's going to be awfully difficult for the Loudon Blossoms and Skip Dana Miller to figure out how they even get one out of this. That button is covered up.
I'd almost be happy with cutting into a steal of 2.
Yeah.
Just getting full 4. Or maybe you could tap the red to the left of the button with just enough force to knock that back and only give up 1.
Mike Parker trying to pick out a yellow here on sheet C.
I mean, if you were absolutely desperate for a point, and considering you're down 5, you might be.
Yeah.
Maybe try to run that yellow guard with some force.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're talking about a less than 5% viable shot. So it looks like instead they are going to...
They're coming down with a fair amount of weight. Oh, a ton of weight.
Yeah.
This is very hard. It's
They
going to
might-
have to move to hit something.
They might be going for the in-off.
That?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
A bit unfortunate there.
The
So.
out-off.
All right.
So unfortunately, that is going to be a steal of minimum 4. I don't know what they're going to say about that one. And it looks like they are going to be calling it 5.
I think they said 5, yeah.
Yep. So that is going to be a steal of 5 for Team Dutt. They now lead 12-2 at the end of 4. Moving back to our feature G here, sheet B, we see Total Eclipse of the button with a stone just in the back of the button, just barely eclipsing it. Meanwhile, the Booze Kazoos have 2 counters, two stones hanging around the 8 and 12 foot, and they are looking to just draw in and probably push that shot stone around if they can.
There's Jordan Chud just drew his last yellow rock, so trying to going for threes on the back.
And looks like that's going to crash on a guard over on sheet B. It might have crashed, but it does open up a run back right now, and you can see that Total Eclipse sees that and says no. So Ken now calling to guard up that port.
So Mike Parker's going for a hit on sheet C. I think is he going for a double? I think he's hoping for a double. I mean, there's a chance it'll jam, but if it jams, that means its shooter is probably still shot.
That's a good point.
And this is hammer, correct?
Yep, hammer on sheet C.
Yeah.
So it's a possible double for 3. Over on sheet B, this looks like it's going to be an okay guard once it spills over. Oh, yeah. That port is
Nice.
completely shut off. There's no chance for that run back now.
So on sheet C, the hit's coming in view. It's not going to, it's going to nose or off nose. Yeah.
Yep, just the one there and
Spill
spill
out.
out. So it's going to be a
Measurement,
of one.
maybe.
I think it's going to be 1 red. I think it's going to be 1 red, judging on that angle.
Yeah, I kind of feel that, but they may need to measure. Doing the old broom measure.
That was an interesting tactic. Using the thumb and forefinger kind of reminded me of the kids in the hall crushing
squish,
their head
squish,
sketches. Our apologies to Al McNeil if he's watching. He does not like seeing the broom down on the ice to rope off a couple of stones that are being measured.
Yeah, sorry, Alan.
Yep. Al McNeil, a veteran USA curling official.
Oh,
the
very nice shot there from Joe Gillish to really open up that center line. Moving a lot of granite around. Looks like red's still sitting 1. Can't quite tell from this angle. Looks like yellow's definitely second. I can't tell who's third. But more importantly, that red shot rock currently wide open, and it's going to force Ken to throw another guard. There we go. My best guess is that red is sitting 3rd.
So that was a steal on C, it looks like.
All right.
As they did.
All right, so a steal of 1 for the Chud Muffins. They now trail 7-3 to Kuma Inu Tora. My Japanese is pretty rusty, but I think that's bear, lion, tiger.
Okay.
I don't remember Inu. Maybe that's dog. Bear, dog, tiger. It's definitely bear, something, tiger.
A reminder that the teacher told me the only foreign language I speak is English. So that was mainly because the French instruction in our school was so bad. My kids actually learned a little bit of Chinese in elementary school. I kind of wish they kept doing that because, boy, that would be a practical skill to have.
That'd be really useful.
Yeah.
I'm a decent French, good amount of Korean, and I've been teaching myself Dutch with Duolingo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dutch, the easiest language for an English speaker to learn. Because it's English-sounding words, but German grammar.
Ah, interesting.
I had fun once when I was in the Netherlands. We watched, it's actually the Breakfast Club. We watched the Breakfast Club in a movie theater.
Nice.
And since everybody there knows English, they didn't dub it.
Sure, yeah.
But they had the Dutch subtitles, so it's fun reading the Dutch subtitles, and you could really follow along pretty well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The funny thing was, there's a line there, what do you have for lunch? And somebody says, I have PBJ. And the translation in Dutch was clearly bacon, lettuce, and tomato.
That's very different. Are we looking at hammer on D?
Let's see. Yes, I believe we are.
Okay.
So, yes, yellow currently sitting 1. That's Team Grabowski.
Yeah, a tap for 2.
Yeah, if they're able to either move one of those yellow stones out or sneak in behind, they'll be able to pick up 2.
Hammer's on the way.
feel like that's a little heavy from this vantage point.
Feels like a little wide, too.
Yeah, it's going to have to move a ton. And
well, the speed's coming down. Speed's coming down a lot.
oh, yeah.
Boy.
And it's curling quite a bit, too. I think they might. Oh, will they get the push? Oh, that's real close.
Oh, boy.
Well, it's definitely one yellow, and they kick it.
Away. I think that's going to be 2.
I think it is, yeah.
I think so too. Nice shot.
Yeah.
Looks like another nice shot coming in on sheet C here.
Oh, yeah.
Looks really good.
I feel like we've seen a lot of really nice draws and heavy draws on sheet C. Like, they've got a really good sense of this ice. Over on sheet B, we haven't been following them too much this end, but you can see there's quite a lot of stones in play. That being said, this appears to be a hit on that yellow stone in the top 8. Looking to maybe just get to the inside of it, but certainly to push that as far as they can. And they are able to push it to the edge of the 8. Looks like red currently sitting 2. That shot rock fairly well covered, but the red stone in the top 8 is pretty open. So I think there's definitely an opportunity here for a double.
Well, this, as you mentioned on one shot earlier, this looks like a possible game changer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I did hear Dan say, let's go for the double. So he's most likely going to be coming at this with some weight, and he wants to nose this.
Shots on the way.
He's got a good amount of weight, certainly, but they're going to have to keep this off the guard. That's going to be the trickiest bit.
I don't like that.
Oh, it's going to be close. Yes.
Oh, my.
Sneaking by.
Oh, but
jamming,
yeah.
Unfortunately. And now that red. Oof. Yeah, that is just going to be a steal of 1.
It's third straight steal of 1.
Yeah, total eclipse of the buttons, showing themselves to be real thieves today.
They haven't eclipsed the button yet, though.
Well, we've had some partial eclipses.
Yeah.
Just as someone said, the Bonnie Tyler song, what exactly is a partial eclipse of the heart? One of the world's freakiest videos.
Oh, well, that's fun.
Oh, you're not wrong.
Have you seen the literal version?
Started out as Hogwarts, now it's Lord of the Flies.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You've seen it?
Oh, yes, I have. Several times. I love it.
All right, that first stone looking a little deep and through, unfortunately. You know, we mentioned Alan McNeil before. Alan, hope you're doing well wherever you're at. And I also saw Zach's RIT jacket. Also want to give a big shout out to our friends at the Rochester Curling Club. They've got Curling the Gathering coming up in just a few weeks that I'll be attending with Alan.
Yeah, I think a number of our club
yeah, we've got, I think we've got 4 teams going to Curling the Gathering. So if you're joining us from Rochester, we will see you in just a couple of weeks. We are very, very excited.
That number of teams went there last year, and I think they got even more people interested in going this year. So
yeah, definitely.
It's one of those fun, definitely a fun spiel.
Yeah. Well, we are a board
crazy fun.
We are a board and card game happy club here. So
oh, absolutely.
That definitely hits into our wheelhouse.
Well, I need to get a little exercise. I'm going to sign off and go out for a little walk now that it's not quite so soggy.
Oh, that's a good move. All right, Ken, thank you so much for joining us.
Yep, bye.
You could go help them sweep this rock. Up, cross.
All right, a nice looking guard there. As a reminder, we are playing the 5-rock rule and the center line rule. So until 5 rock's been played, cannot get rid of any guards. And if it's on the center line, you can't take it off until 5 rocks have been played. Wales Christian looking to push this over onto the center line and does so successfully, just sitting top 8 there.
Okay, just try to roll this in.
Here now, this is Kerry Guthrie, or excuse me, Kerry Radigan for total eclipse of the button. And that looks like a real nice solid hit.
I'm not sure if we have explained yet what is at stake in this round of games.
No, I don't think we have.
This is Pool G, and what happens in this is you have, was it 4 pools of 6, I believe, to start with. Seeding is changed from round to round depending on how each team is doing, kind of like a Swiss system tournament in chess. And then everything is reseeded after 2 games. So what you're seeing now, these are the teams that in the overall standings were 17th through 24th. They're all 1 and 2. And they're tiebreakers based on number of ends they've won and number of rocks they've scored with. Bottom line is, lose and you're out. Win and there's a good chance of being in the E event and a possible chance of being in the C event.
Oh.
These teams will not be in the A or the B though. So these are essentially elimination games. Would be a good way of looking at it.
Really the important bit there is that if you lose, you're out.
Right.
Which no one wants to come to a Bonspiel, especially when you've traveled to and face a loud game. But here we are. Upside, if you don't pull off the win, we have a lot of great amenities here, and you can relax, get some food. I'm not sure what's for dinner tonight, but I bet it's baller.
I've not checked. I probably need to be heading home for that point. And as I mentioned, I live in Northern Virginia, so getting home takes a while.
Yep.
I think we're looking at the last red rock on A.
I think you might be right. I see 1 yellow rock left. So if you take a look at that house, red currently sitting 1. And looks like they might be playing that in off. No, they're just drawing. But they've got to worry about pushing that yellow in. They're not going to have the speed for it, though.
Right.
So now yellow has to figure out what can they do to even score 1, because I think 2 is completely out of the realm possibility.
Well, if you did the Jennifer Jones in off that one that's at top left, I have no idea how you hit that angle, though.
Not well.
No.
And even then, you're still almost definitely not sticking around.
Yeah. You would have to find a way to have it go off of that rock and come in to 4 and only hit the red.
Or, bear with me here.
Okay.
Draw to the button and just take your 1.
That could be. And then I would say we'd see handshakes, but of course when the rods are at the other end of the ice, sometimes people opt just to kind of throw them back.
Yeah, totally understandable.
Yep. And if you're an arena team like Loudon is, it's always nice to get another end in on dedicated ice. So we'll see if they continue to play. This is not coming up on anything constructive.
No, unfortunately, that is going to check up on the guards, and it's going to be a steal of 1. So this is going to be a 13-2 lead for Team Dutt. I'm not seeing handshakes, though, so I think you might have had it right, Bo, where they're just going to take the extra end and enjoy themselves, throw the rocks back, make things a lot easier for themselves later.
The first out-of-town spiel I played, my team lost its games by a combined 42-3, I believe. But we...
Oh, you got 3. Well done.
3, yeah. And we kept the scoreboard from being wrapped because the scoreboards went to 14. I think each game we held the other team to 14.
Nice.
Or possibly they missed on purpose at that point. I don't know. We are coming up on 75 minutes?
It is 2:30.
Yeah, 75 minutes played, so still on pace that we should get 8 ends out of any game that is inclined to go 8 ends.
Yeah, I think so. Checking in on sheet C here. As a reminder, is currently 7-3 for Kuma Inu Tora, and they are looking to draw into the 4 once again. It looks like they need to slow that down, and it's not going to. So that is 1 red for them. Kuma Inu Tora, mostly out of the Houston Curling Club, now takes the 8-3 lead over the Chud Muffins of Bucks County.
That one's definitely going to go 8.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
I'm actually heading up to Bucks County as well in May for the Crooked Billet. Very excited for that. I know it's been a few years since they did their switch to dedicated ice, and I haven't been there yet, so I'm really excited to see them.
Sounds good. And of course, I say they'll get that in the 8th end. I did play Cherry Blossom last year, but this was actually the last end. We had met the deadline to finish the previous ends, and we had about 5 minutes spent on one shot. That may have been physically impossible, but that said, he came close to making it. But Jamie Belfontaine and I, and Bill Ingman and company held on to win that one.
Oh, that's a fun team. All right, over on sheet B. Tick that a little bit. So it looks like yellow currently sitting 2.
Going to the forward-wide view here so we can keep tabs a little bit on D. Double tap might be breaking this game open right here with Hammer lying 5.
They are certainly going to try.
Yeah.
It looks like this is first skip stones, is that right?
First skip stone for red, yes.
Okay, so now, yeah, Team Grabowski has to figure out what they can do to not let that happen, because that is legitimately terrifying.
Draw behind everything and then get some concrete and some mortar and build a wall in front of the rockets there. The shot for double tap is coming in, and coming in fairly slowly.
Yeah, it's a bit light,
Yeah.
but I think they... no, I don't think that's going to make it to the house.
Right.
All right, so now the choice... what options will Team Grabowski have? I think they've got to play a promote. The question is, will they play it on the stone on the left or the stone closer to the center line, or will they try to draw? And actually, looking where they're holding the broom, they are all the way out on the wing, so they're going to go for the draw.
I don't know if you find this too, but I find in a lot of games on sheet D, there's a psychological issue when you're throwing close to the wall.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just psychological. We definitely have wall fall. and anything that goes out that far might just hang, and that is definitely dangerous. Let's see, we are watching Sheet D now as the final Yellowstone comes down. That has to check up.
Yeah, that looks like
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And getting swept, they are sweeping it, and it is all the way through. That is unfortunate for Team Grabowski.
This is a draw for 6.
So I feel like they're just going to put it in pretty much the same place as Team Grabowski did.
Room is in exactly the same place, yeah.
Yep. Over on Sheet B, just to give you a heads up, the Booze Kazoos currently sitting 1, maybe 2, depending on that second shot. Yellow still has hammer as well. I believe this actually is hammer.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, over on Sheet B, this is hammer for the Booze Kazoos. They are drawing for at least 2. I don't have the best view on whether that's 2 or 3. But
Sheet D! Oh my goodness!
Get there! Get there!
The one shot that it's still going to be a steal of 2, but they accidentally cut themselves down from a draw for 6 to scoring 2.
That is unfortunate for Double Tap. They had the opportunity to blow that wide open, and
yeah, that would have certainly ended the game.
All right, over on Sheet B, it's definitely a score of 1 yellow. They are checking it and trying to figure out if that is 1 or 2. And it looks like they're saying 1 yellow. So Booze Kazoo's picking up 1 point. They now trail 5-3 after the 6th. Total Eclipse will have the hammer going into the 7th end.
And confirmation of the score on D. That was indeed 2 for double tap.
Okay. So I believe that's what, 7-3? Was that
7-3 is correct.
Checking in on Sheet A real quick. Looks like the Loudon Blossoms are sitting 2. With the number of redstones in various locations on the house, but none of them closer. It looks like they are on Vice Stones, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And it looks like this is going to catch a piece of the red. Oh, but it just moves over enough to nose that red and sit 3.
Good outcome there. If you want to be picky, you might have wanted to roll to the inside, but that's also not bad.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be mad at that.
I certainly wouldn't be.
Especially, you know, Sheet D and Sheet A have the same issue where we have the half psychological, half physical wall fall. So sometimes it does sneak out a little bit longer than you'd hope. So the fact they were able to get in and nose that is really nice. You see here, Team Dutt unable to cope with that. They hit the outside of that Yellowstone. And while they do cut the Loudon Blossoms to sitting 2, that shot is wide open.
Looks like they want a very long guard.
Honestly, it's a bit surprising. I feel like they would rather hit that 1 red on the inside and roll to the middle.
And this looks actually heavier than the guard that I thought was called.
Yeah, it might be.
maybe it wasn't actually a guard that was called, but he did tap his broom up near the hog line. In any event, that's
a pretty nice shot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely going to make the next shot for Team Dutt difficult. It looks like he wants to push his redstone towards the shot rock.
Well, this is the last end, and I would guess that it would be. It's always nice to go out on a good one.
Absolutely, yeah. You want your last shot, you want your last end to really be the memory that you hold on to. And again, it's important to remember that curling is an extremely difficult sport. We are all guessing here.
Team Dutt throwing this one almost onto the wall, and that presents a challenge for sweeping right there as well.
Sure, yeah. It's very hard to get to the outside of that when there's a wall there.
Yeah, a wall and support beams. Yeah.
So now there's some options here, and I feel like the play has to be run that yellow onto the red. Like that's... I mean, do you see anything else?
No, can you follow the one you just threw with
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you can throw a decent weight at that and chip that red stone out into the outside. Shouldn't hit anything else.
Because you should be able to see most of that from the hack, I would think. We do have wheelchair lines on all of our sheets, so that aids a little bit in lining things up. 38. On sheet C, the Chud Muffins have managed to pile up a good many rods back there.
I think only 2 of them are counted.
I think only 2 counted, yeah. And it's not easy to get rid of that red without also getting rid of it. Loudon Blossoms now with the...
I think they were going for a draw and just pulled it light. It's still going to be a score of 2, though. Oh, wait, no. Was that was Hammer, wasn't it?
No, they've got one more to come.
Oh, shoot. Never mind. Jumping back to sheet B, our feature sheet. Looks like this is going to be a hit and spill out. Oh, jamming a little bit, but still taking out a Yellowstone. So, Booze Kazoos down 2 without the hammer, trying to figure out what they can do to engineer a steal. Over on sheet C, a very nice corner almost freeze. Sheet A, they're going for that draw on the open side of the house, and it is curling in really nicely. And that is going to nestle in up against the shot rock, cutting the Loudon Blossoms down to just 1.
Boy, that's one of the keys to the score too, doesn't it?
No, it does not.
I think the long guard that was thrown on Red's previous shot takes away any notion of running the yellow from the 8 into the 4.
Yeah, I'm not sure we see the angle, but unless you're throwing an absolute laser at that, I don't see that working. Over on sheet B, the Booze Kazoos had a nice draw to the back 8. And now Total Eclipse trying to sit down right on them. That's going to have to slow down, and it is doing so.
That was hammer on C, by the way, and Chud Muffins with the takeout. They have at least 2, possibly 3.
They're kicking it, so hard to say. They'll hang the scores for us.
Right.
Here comes the hammer for the Loudon Blossoms. They have opted for the draw.
That's going to be light.
Yeah, afraid so. It's still going to be 1. And I mean, they're kicking. There we go, and we do have handshakes.
Okay. Let's see. Sheet D is on skip rods. Sheet B is on also skip rods, isn't it? No, last of the vice rods. Yep.
Oh, I could be wrong. I saw the skip shaking hands, but then they came out and prepped another rock. So
okay.
Maybe they're just saying, you know what, we know the result, but we're going to enjoy ourselves. And you know what, it's a lovely day. Why not? So for all intents and purposes, Team Dutt has defeated the Loudon Blossoms.
Yeah.
But spirit of curling, love to see it. Over on sheet B, a very nice draw there for Total Eclipse of the Button. Getting to the back 4, being able to sneak around those guards. So Total Eclipse of the Button now sitting 2.
Their front end really has been dialed in.
Yes, absolutely.
Putting everything on the center, everything they want on the center line, and usually with the right weight.
Yeah, Chad Guthrie, Kerry Radigan, really playing well today. That looks like it might be a touch heavy, and it definitely has to curl. And I'm not sure it's going to do either. It does check up and split those 2 red rocks in the back, but I'm not sure that it's going to be super useful.
Going to jog down the ice. We're not coming up on the 100-minute mark yet. We're at 92 minutes, I believe. So
no, I think that is a jog of excitement.
Okay.
Of thinking that he knows exactly what he wants to throw. He's ready to throw it.
Right. Shot is coming in on D.
Yeah, so 115, that would be what, 355 or 255?
I think so.
Okay.
I think this is the hammer on D because I don't see any other rocks over there. And they needed to get to sit down to score 1.
And it looks like they do.
And they did. And am I right that that was hammer? Yes, I am.
Yep.
All right, so a not impossible task for Team Grabowski.
But I am seeing handshakes. Ooh, maybe not. Hold on.
Dan started, sure, why not? Yeah.
Nope, they are prepping more rocks, so they're going to keep going. Going into the 8th end, it is 7-4. Meanwhile, in our featured game, Total Eclipse still sitting 1. As we head towards the hammer, this is the final rock of the end. So the Total Eclipse has the opportunity for 2, and if they are able to push that Yellowstone out in the back 8, I think that would be 3. if they're able to keep everything sticking around.
Yeah, and
Looks like they are playing more for the draw, though, than for trying to push that out. There's a lot of danger in the way.
That would have to curl a lot, and yeah, a lot could go wrong.
Yeah, so I think they've got to play for the draw, and then if they get super, super lucky, they've got to enjoy that.
This
But
is heavy and wide. But we've seen stranger things check up in that.
might still check up. No, does spill over. So that is only going to be 1. So total Eclipse of the button takes 1 point there in the 7th. They now lead Boost Kazoos 6-3. Boost Kazoos will have the hammer in the 8th end.
Oh, the bell has just been rung. So
Well, I think everyone's on the 8th end anyway. So it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
so it's a moot point. Actually, I guess on sheet A they're still on the 7th.
Ah, yes.
So. We are fairly early in the 8th in the 3 games that have made it that far.
Yep. So far, currently the closest game is on sheet C. The Chud Muffins are down 2, and I believe they have the hammer. Is that right?
No, because
No.
they scored 3 in the 7th.
You're right, excuse me. So they are down 2 without the hammer. Over on sheet D, Team Grabowski is down 3, also without the hammer.
Right.
Sheet B, the Boost Kazoos are down 3, but they do have the hammer. So, would you rather be down 2 without or down 3 with?
I would probably go 2 without.
Really?
Yeah, thinking that depending on who I'm playing, because if it's someone who I think might give up to, if it's a skip that I know is going to make the shots to avoid giving up the big numbers, then maybe I'd take the hammer. But if it's a skip that I think that might miss, that sounds like a kind of a cruel way of looking at it, doesn't it?
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
See, I have the same thought, but for different reasons. I would go 2 without, because my style of skipping is conducive to a lot of steals, and I would rather have my team, at least the team that I usually play with, throwing draws and guards and promotes rather than massive hits all the time. It's not that my team can't throw massive hits. They absolutely can. That's just a personal preference.
Right. Kazoos doing just enough to keep this interesting in the 8th.
Yeah, absolutely. They are currently, well, it looks like red is sitting 1, but they have 2 in the front of the house in a pretty solid position. And Ken Kato now looking to remove minimum 1 of those stones. Looks like he's saying this might be a touch outside, but it is curling in nicely. They should be able to get 1. Yep, and just nose right on it.
And he can afford to give up 2 here.
Yeah, that is one of the joys of being up 3 in the last end. It's a bend but don't break mentality. Now it looks like with that ice, depending on how hard they throw it, they might be going for a double on those 2 top stones. Because the way it's been curling, it very well could cross the face. It looks like he was a touch wide, though, so I think they're just going to have to hope for the 1 here. And, no. Just nudging it over, and that's going to be real tough for the Boost Kazoos.
And there looks like Total Eclipse lining up the run back to get rid of that yellow.
Yeah, really no reason for them to keep that yellow around.
Yeah.
Looks like Kuma Inutora lining up what they hope to be a double to clear out 2 Chud Muffins stones and hopefully run them out of rocks. Over on sheet B, a nice short run back.
Yep.
Total Eclipse now is sitting 4. Skip Dan O'Neill being like, I don't really care what you hit, just please hit something.
The universal just blow things up.
Throw really hard at my feet and let's see what happens.
Well, that's what they did.
And, well, they got rocks moving, but only removed 1 plus their own. Meanwhile, over on sheet C, Kuma Inutora going for the double, only got the single, so yellow's still sitting 1. But the Chud Muffins have to figure out a way to not only steal, but steal a second point just to bring this into a tie. It looks like they're going to be calling for a draw in behind those reds. They're deciding.
It seems like the most obvious call. That's just what I mean.
It does, because otherwise you've got to play the perfect freeze onto your own yellow, and that's still highly dangerous, and at some point you're still going to have to play behind those reds. Meanwhile, Total Eclipse
just needs to sit down on them.
Yep, just clipping their own, sitting back 4. Boost Kazoos looking to... They're saying, we want it in the 4, preferably we want half buried behind that red stone that's currently sitting 2nd, and we want it in front of that shot rock.
Okay. Do they have 3 left, which would mean that all 3 of these have to count?
Yes, they do have at least 3.
Oh, it must be 4, because I only see 4 down here at this end.
Oh, yep. But yes, they do need to put this and every other stone in a place where it can't be hit out. This looks like it might be a touch light, and it's moving quite a bit. At the very least, they definitely need this in the house, and I'm not 100% sure it's going to get there. Oh, they are sweeping it, though. They are sweeping it nicely, so good carry. They are able to get it just biting. Over on sheet C, the Chud Muffins. Oh, that might be heavy.
That's their last.
That's the Chud Muffins' last. It is sticking around, but unfortunately that is not going to outcount anything. And
the hammer for posterity here at this point.
Yep. Even though they would only be giving up 1, Kuma Inutora looking to finish it off in style. Over on sheet D, Team Grabowski up to skip stones. They have 1 in the house. They have 2 stones left, so they need all 3 of those to count. Sheet C looking to finish it off with a bang, and they do so. So
And
that's 2 red for Kuma Inu Tora.
Are they saying 2?
Yep, and there's handshakes.
Yeah. Somebody just signaled. I think they signaled 2. So, all right, that game has gone final.
All right, the Booze Kazoos. And unfortunately, the Booze Kazoos have knocked their own stones out. So red sitting 5, I think it's mathematically impossible now.
Yep, there are only 2 rods down at the other end. There's 6 rods down here out of play. That is
That is
it.
Unfortunately, that was precisely what the Booze Kazoos did not want.
Right. Well, sheet D then appears to be the only one that is mathematically possible to have a different winner than we're looking at.
Yes.
Trying to get sheet D to... All right, so there's their house on sheet D.
Yep, over on the right side. And you can see once again, Team Grabowski has 1 in the house, but red is currently sitting 1. They need 3 points just for the tie. So if Double Tap is able to get rid of this yellow stone, that will, I believe, make it mathematically impossible.
Looking to be sort of a high guard.
Yeah.
And maybe curling a bit more than... Well, no. The line one's okay.
Yeah, no, I think that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's mathematically impossible anyway because this is the last stone for yellow.
This is, yeah. I thought there might be another one hiding down there, but there's not. So
it looks like all of our games have been decided, and I think it is actually all victories for red.
Indeed it is. There are handshakes on A.
Over on
that
sheet
was
B, lots of movement. 4 rocks still in play. This is academic, really. The game has already been decided, but
they're shaking hands on D, but are they going to actually throw this last one?
hard to say.
Signs point to no.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so I think that is technically recorded as no end being played.
I think you're right, yes.
Yeah, so I'll just call that one final after 7.
Over on sheet B, our only game still on the ice. Again, this is mathematically decided, but it's fun to watch.
Oh, there it is. Here is your last shot coming down.
There we go. This looks like it's going to be a real nice draw, a near total eclipse of the button.
Yeah.
So now the Booze Kazoos with their final shot of the spiel, drawing against 5.
Yeah. Because in case you're just joining us, these are what they call lout games. Loser game goes out. The winners will almost certainly stick around. I think it's mathematically possible for them not to, but this looks like it's going wide on here.
Yeah, afraid so.
Wide and through.
Unlucky, but very well played. Congratulations to Total Eclipse of the Button for a 11-3 victory there over the Booze Kazoos. There you see all of our final scores. You see a clean sweep for the red teams for this draw. And that is going to do it for us for this draw. Let's see. Our next draw is at.
I want to say 3:30.
That sounds about right.
That's right.
So yeah, we will be back then.
All right.
Until then, he's Bo. I'm Steve. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be back in just a little bit.
All right. See you then. And we're out.
Cool.